Thad with Willoway Nurseries here. December, we're in the second week of December, and we've had some cold, a little bit more early cold than we're used to having here. So we've been down as low as about 10 degrees here already this season. And we do a couple things, and we've touched on this a little bit earlier about how we cover and winterize plants. So I've got some Deutzia here. We do pull the cover over, and it usually stays over here for a while. Certain plants, we found that we're using these metal hoops with the twine to hold up the plants, so we get the plastic doesn't sit on the plants themselves. But what we get from the temperature here to underneath here is about a 3-degree difference pretty much consistently, no matter what the outside temperature is. So part of this is we're holding in that ground heat underneath this to keep them a little bit warmer. We have to do that this time of year just so they kind of go into dormancy nicer than what they would if they went from real warm to cold all of a sudden. The other thing in the fall or in the spring, we use it to help protect the plants, because if Deutzia gets a cold snap on it, a lot of times it will kind of stop them from growing, real stunt them from getting started again. So real important to kind of manage things. We do have different plants where we do different protocols. So like roses and sedum are 15 degrees. When we get below 15 degrees, we pull the plastic over. And then when it gets above 15 degrees consistently, we pull it back off again so that we don't get disease buildup or pressure underneath. They really don't need that covering anyways. We have some other plants like hydrangea, arborescens we do at 20 degrees. So there's a number of different plants. Hibiscus or the Althea, Rosa Sharon, that's 25 degrees. So we have a bunch of protocols for different plants in the nursery here that we utilize. Hi, it's Thad with Willoway. Here in December, we've got a lot of different things in the nursery going on. Today, we're going to look at one of those aspects, which is we do a lot of seeding, perennial seeding. With our cocoa seeder, so we put a tray, our Ellie tray on, comes up to the first, there's a stop, there's an electric eye, so it senses where the tray is at, that calibrates the whole system. It comes to the next station, which is the dibbler here, which will actually put a little like dibble into each cell. It's set up for 72s. As it advances along, it's running the pace at the seeding for the tray. So as we move to the output side of things, we'll come into the seeder, and the seeds pick up their needle seeder and drops down each one of the cells. We're just dropping one seed. We have different programs. We can have it drop 2 seeds at a time. We can have it drop, or it go to the same dip line twice and drop a seed each time. After we get it out, then we throw it onto our tray here, finished, and we'd roll it out into down the line to where we're going to set them out on the floor. We do some frost blanket or harvest guard over them to help with germination, keeping humidity up around the seeds. And then we obviously have our boom and our floor heats running at 72 degrees in here. From 73 degrees usually underneath the cells. So we're right in that range generally. That bottom heat helps with germination. Then we have mist that goes over the top so that we don't get them too wet or stay too wet, but we want them to germinate, not dry out. Well, thanks. We'll wrap up the seeding here for today, but we'll visit this again to show you some updates as we go. We'll also go back to our grafting and more bare root probably as well here in the upcoming future videos here, and then as we shift gears, we'll go to the canning barn and some other stuff in future videos.